Good morning, this is Deepak. Thinking is a difficult art, and strategic thinking can be your life changer. It's good always to seek the advice of people you trust before venturing out. Most people spend more time planning their summer vacations than planning their life. My talk today is about strategic thinking. Here we go. When you hear the words strategic thinking, what comes to your mind? Do visions of business plan dance in your head? Do you conjure up marketing plans, the kind that can turn a company around? Perhaps you contemplate global politics, or you recall some history's greatest military man, Hannibal crossing the Alps to surprise the Romans, the Allies' invasion of Normandy. Perhaps, but strategy doesn't have to be restricted to military action or even to business. Strategic thinking can make a positive impact on any area of life. Most people try to plan their lives one day at a time. Some plan their lives 1 week at a time. But my suggestion is, at the beginning of every month, spend half a day working on your calendar for next 40 days. That way, you get a jump start on the next month and don't get surprised. You can start by reviewing your travel schedule and planning activities with the family. You can review what projects, lessons, and other objectives you want to accomplish during those 5 or 6 weeks. Then you can start blocking out the days and times for thinking, writing, working, and meeting with people. You can also set time to do fun things such as seeing a show, playing golf, or watching a match. Strategic thinking helps you to plan, to become more efficient, and to maximize your strength and to find the most direct path toward achieving any objective. The benefits of strategic thinking are numerous. Here are the few reasons why you should adopt strategic thinking. Spanish novelist de Cervantes said, "The man who's prepared has won his battle half fought." Anything becomes simpler when it has a plan. Just about any difficult task can be made simpler with strategic thinking. Look at the following questions developed by Bob B. Hill, the author of Master Planning. Direction. What should we do next and why? Organization. Who is responsible for what? Who is responsible for whom? Do we have the right people in the right places? Cash. What is our projected income, expense, and net? Can we afford it? How can we afford it? Tracking. Are we on target? Overall evaluation. Are we achieving the quality we expect? Refinement. How can we be more effective and more efficient? These may not be the only questions you need to ask to begin formulating a strategic plan, but they are certainly a good start. General pattern observed: successful generals make plans to fit circumstances, but do not try to create circumstances to fit plans. All good strategic thinkers are precise in their thinking. They try to match the strategy to the problem. Sloppy or generalized thinking is an enemy of achievement. Strategic thinking is the bridge that links where you are to where you want to be. It gives direction and credibility today and increases your potential for success tomorrow. Anytime you shoot from the hip, you increase your margin for error. It is like a golfer stepping up to the golf ball and hitting it before lining up the shot. Misaligning a shot just a few degrees can send the ball 100 yards off target. Strategic thinking, however, greatly reduces that margin of error. It lines up your action with your objectives. Just as lining up a shot in golf helps you to put the ball closer to the pin. The better aligned you are with the target, the better the odds that you will be going in the right direction. One executive confided in another, "Our company has a short range plan and a long range plan. Our short range plan is to stay afloat long enough to make it to our long range plan." That's hardly a strategy. Yet, that's the position where some business leaders put themselves. Not only does it fail to build the business, but it also loses the respect of everyone involved with the business. The one with the plan is the one with the power. It doesn't matter in what kind of activity you are involved. Employees want to follow the business leader with good business plan. Children want to be with an adult who has the well thought out vacation plan. If you practice strategic thinking, others will listen to you and they will want to follow you. If you possess a position of leadership in any organization, strategic thinking is essential. To achieve desired results, there are following guidelines which you take to heart. The first step in strategic thinking is to break down an issue into smaller, more manageable parts so that you can focus on them more effectively. Henry Ford said, "Nothing in particularly is hard if you divide it into small jobs." How you break down an issue is up to you, whether it is by function, timetable, responsibility, purpose, or some other method. The point is that you need to break it down. Only one person in a million can juggle the whole thing in his head and think strategically to create solid, viable plans. Thousands of engineers can design bridges, calculate strains and stresses, and draw up specifications for machines. But the great engineer is the man who can tell whether the bridge or the machine should be built at all, where it should be built, and when. William Feather, in his book Business of Life, said, "Before it can be solved, a problem must be clearly defined." Too many people rush to solutions, and as a result, they end up solving the wrong problem. Once the real issues are identified, the solutions are often simple. No matter how you go about planning, take this advice. Start with obvious. When you tackle an issue or a plan that way, it brings unity and consensus to the team because everyone sees those things. It's critical that you include your team as a part of your strategic thinking. Before you can implement your plan, you must make sure that you have the right people in place. If you have a wrong person, it's problem instead of potential. If it's a wrong place, frustration instead of fulfillment. If it's a wrong problem, wrong plan, grief instead of growth. Everything comes together, however, when you put together all three elements: the right person, the right place, and the right plan. Ulan Hendricks remarked, strategic thinking is like showering. You have to keep doing it. I give you an example how strategic thinking has worked wonders for Maxwell Coffee House. Celebration of Jewish Passover is celebrated by millions of American Jews. The American Jews, they read the order of service of their Seder or a Passover meal from a small booklet produced by Maxwell House Coffee. For more than 70 years, the coffee company has produced the booklet called Haggadah, and during those years, it has distributed to more than 40 million copies of it. How did Maxwell House come to supply the booklets? It was a result of strategic thinking. 80 years ago, a marketing man, Joseph Jacobs, advised the company that they could sell coffee during Passover if the product were certified kosher by a rabbi. Jacob suggested that they give away the Haggadah booklet, and by doing so, they could increase their sales. They have been creating the booklet and selling coffee during Passover ever since. That's what can happen when you unleash the power of strategic thinking. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.